Welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. How's everyone doing tonight?
Awesome.
My name's Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
And we thank you for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Subscribe to our Patreon page for bonus content. And you can get the official I Quit My Band shirt down in the description of this video. So go support the channel. Right now, we're coming at you from the Patreon. We just recorded a Patreon episode where we kind of explained the concept of what we're about to do or about to kind of examine.
The journey we're about to take.
The journey we're about to take.
Yeah.
We kind of set it up on Patreon. So go subscribe to the Patreon and watch the setup vid for this vid where we're talking about this new thing that's happening. It's not new, but this trend that's happening in rock music and music in general of swaggerjacking.
Mm-hmm.
So we explained a little bit on Patreon of what a swaggerjacking band is, what qualifies a band as an official swaggerjacker.
Yeah.
You want to give the Cliff's Notes?
Yeah, we
Ev?
talk about it in depth, but what we kind of landed on is the band. It's not so much about a band taking another band's sound or singer or look. It's about them taking their essence.
Yes.
Their soul.
That's part one.
Yeah.
Part two is the denial of them taking said soul.
If they own it or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there are bands that have jacked swagger and owned up to it enough that you're just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just becomes their thing. And it's like, oh, everyone knows they do that, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's so offensive and they can't come to terms or speak to it to the public.
Yeah,
right?
the
They're like,
shame of it is too much.
they're
Yes.
hiding in plain sight.
Correct.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we came up with 8 different examples of bands that have been accused of stealing another band's thing,
Yep.
ripping them off, jacking their swagger.
Yes.
And we're going to go through each one and vote whether we think it arises to the level of swagger jack.
Yeah.
I think the bands that we have picked are, true to the show. I feel like we probably talked about most of these on the show before as being a possible incident or heist of swagger jacking.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these bands have been accused of heisting a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it all makes sense. And if there's any that we missed, let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll do a round 2.
I'm sure we could do a part 2.
Oh,
if
we
wanted
absolutely
to.
could. Yeah. So, do you want to go? You want to introduce the first 2?
Yeah. So this is the White Stripes. They are the swagger. And the jacker is the Black Keys.
Yeah.
So mainly this accusation has come from Jack White himself.
Yeah. This is a classic, chicken or the egg for a lot of folks, because I don't think a lot of people remember how back in the day the White Stripes goes. I think that was like 99.
Yeah.
Maybe their first album.
I think their first record came out. They were founded in like 97 in Detroit.
Yeah.
But both bands are like, is Detroit considered Rust Belt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Both bands are like Midwest, East Coast, whatever you want to say. Rust Belt, working class, came up out of like, a blue collar town type of a vibe.
Well, I think Jack White even put it in like whatever comment that he had made to some publication. He's like, "No, I'm sure there was just another band from a post-industrial town with a color-themed name with 2 members and playing a toy guitar. I'm sure that's all a coincidence."
Yeah,
I mean, he's right.
It
is like it's too much of a coincidence to kind of ignore,
Yeah.
I get it. I get the accusation of swagger jacking because they did start. So the White Stripes' first album is 99. The Black Keys' first album is 2002. That's enough time to go.
Yikes.
Yeah, if I'm the
I can get in on
prosecutor in
that.
this case, those timelines are looking pretty damning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we're also forgetting a drummer who doesn't really know how to play drums.
Yes.
Like Meg White. Not a skilled drummer, kind of just put behind the kit to like
Keep time
and let Jack White do his thing. Patrick Carney, same deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of also just a guy that was like, I need a drummer.
Still not very good.
He's still not very good. Yeah, at least Meg White had the
and he's
the
fat
decency
now.
to be like, I'm done. You know,
Yeah,
we're not doing this
yeah.
anymore.
And like I feel like Meg's playing gives it like more of a punk kind of like element that
Yeah.
the Black Keys never really had.
Near the
No.
end, like '07, I think was the Icky Thump came out. That was the last one. I think Meg White like very much improved upon
Yeah,
her
I
skill
could see
set
it.
at near the end. We don't have to go super in depth, but Patrick Carney's kind of just been the same awkward tall guy.
I think there's albums where he steps it up and albums where he, you know, goes back into like lazy mode. Like,
Yeah.
especially these new ones.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna launch a defense.
Okay.
Okay. So like we have the damning evidence.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. Some of the things that maybe aren't Swagger Jack, White Stripes have a bit more of like an artsy portrayal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the upholstery and the
The
color
colors.
scheme
Yeah.
and the costumes,
Yeah.
the hat, the matching outfits. Black Keys don't really have that.
Yeah.
I would also say that the Black Keys lean a little more blues
Yeah.
overall. Like Dan
Yeah.
Auerbach sounds like if you just played me the big come up and you,
wouldn't
didn't tell
know.
me, no, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is like an African American.
He
man
sounds
from
like Muddy
1961.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
if you listen to that first White Stripes album, that's not really it's not really blues rock.
No.
It's garage rock, like straight up. Like think about like Jimmy the Exploder or like Screwdriver. Like
Yeah.
those are like two or Hello Operator. That was
Yeah.
off of their second album.
Yeah.
Those are more garage rock songs that have like you could tell maybe he's a blues influence. Like the Black Keys sort of did the Zeppelin thing where they swagger jacked like the people that, you know, created their genre. Like they released however many fucking Junior Kimbrough cover
Yeah.
records. Like they swagger jacked Junior Kimbrough and, you know, other like old timey blues guitarists and singers. And I think that it is a coincidence, sure, or not seems not like a coincidence that they were the same type of band as the White Stripes, but I think the difference in sound, like I think that's where Jack White is kind of missing the point a little bit. That he is much more of a garage rock player and songwriter, and the Black Keys have always been more ingrained in blues.
Well,
Yeah.
here comes the question, though. The essence of the White Stripes, though, is two people on stage that can put you on your ass with a traditional-ish sounding rock and roll sound. You see the Black Keys, is that essence the same?
It's kind of close.
It's close. It's been talked about. Jack White himself has commented on this. The Black Keys themselves have commented on this. I'm going not Swagger Jack.
Okay.
I think the sound of the Black Keys is so entirely different than like White Stripes, at least in those early days, you know. And I don't think they ever came close to being as experimental or as like weird as the White Stripes ever did.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty compelling case. I kind of look at things in a way of like we were talking about the essence, right? And the most damning evidence that it's not a Swagger Jack is like if fucking there's I mean what our prime example is at the end of this list is so egregious, but if they were to be wearing like blue and yellow outfits,
Black and white outfits.
yeah, or something. That would be like for sure.
That would be
But
awesome.
they don't. I'm gonna stick with it's not a Swagger Jack. It's
Yeah.
really close.
I would agree. I think just the smallest piece of DNA evidence
Yeah.
absolves them. Because I definitely think that like the way that they packaged, marketed their band, or at least how they were to the general public, was very White Stripes.
Sure.
But I think that the sound is not really there.
The sound doesn't really it doesn't compare very well.
Yeah.
It's the White Stripes were always weirder to me, especially just Jack White. He's just a weirder guy.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, the Black Keys felt more like down home working class, where the White Stripes was like here's like Willy Wonka, you know, on stage.
I'm always gonna stick with Willy Wonka in this one though.
Yeah.
And recent history has kind of made me feel better about that position.
I've got respect for both.
Me too.
You know, I don't like the newer Black Keys stuff, and Jack White has definitely like taken his lap around most people his age that are like aging rockers. So
We'll see what the next one's like.
we'll
though.
see what the next one's like. Let's move on to the next one. That's not a swagger jack.
No
Ruling
swagger
on the
jack.
field stands.
The next one is Nirvana or and Silverchair. Did Silverchair swagger jack Nirvana?
Okay, that's a tough one because I think the essence of Silverchair is 100% a swagger jack. Like Daniel Johns is almost a carbon copy of Kurt Cobain, and I don't know that much about Silverchair. I was never a huge Silverchair fan. There's some songs that I like. There's some albums that are better than others.
Is he alive?
He's alive.
Okay, didn't copy him that much.
All right.
Well,
And aren't they Christian as well?
Oh,
Silverchair?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I don't think they're a Christian.
What am
band.
I thinking of?
I'm not sure.
Oh, probably the next one. Never mind.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Silverchair is not a Christian band, but they are Australian.
Okay. Same thing.
So that's the same thing. That's exactly the same thing. But Silverchair were also accused of being Pearl Jam swagger jackers back in the day. I don't know if you ever heard the song Tomorrow by Silverchair, but it's very much like a Pearl Jam copy. And that was their first record. But then they had like a more Nirvana sound on their album Freak Show. And just listen to the song Freak. I mean, it's a Nirvana song. It's straight up a Nirvana song.
here's the thing though, is like so many band, like you could plug any type of indie band or indie grunge band in from like 1994 until now, and you could call them a Nirvana swagger jack in some way.
you could.
Because like grunge, in its essence, is so derivative.
Here's
Sorta.
Here's where I think that all is true, but Daniel Johns literally had like long blonde hair and wore like the striped.
Did he wear the
green
round
shirt.
glasses and stuff?
I feel like maybe he did.
Yeah.
I think he may have done that. Yeah.
Here's the thing that is going to determine this for me is in comparing it to the last head-to-head, both bands are legend. When I'm talking about White Stripes, Black Keys, both bands are legendary. You know, they were like historic, modern times rock bands. In this, arguably, one is legendary.
Yeah.
And I, besides like maybe one or two songs, have never fucking given, I mean, before this debate or whatever, have never given Silverchair a thought. So that kind of plays into the fact that they may have been so derivative that they've gotten buried.
Okay, then I agree with you.
Yeah, that's another wrinkle to the
Yeah.
swagger jack.
Yeah.
Because like if you're able to, I think if you do like rip off another band, you're gonna have a hard time carving a path forward. There's a
Yeah.
couple bands that like have.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the Replacements and the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to the first couple Goo Goo Dolls records, they just are the Replacements.
Yeah, no,
And
I have, and it's weird.
It's
I
really
never
weird.
do that.
And then they did that song for City of Angels, did
Yeah.
that Nicolas Cage movie, and it's a lame path that they charged, but it's their own.
and
Yeah.
it's a good path.
Yes.
I mean, people like that path. you
Yeah,
know?
but and I think that's what helped them escape. I do think that Silverchair doesn't do it. I think
Yeah.
that like it was like they were probably a product of the time.
Yes.
You know, this is what is popular. This is the most popular thing, and whether it was like label pressure or Daniel Johns just being like, "That looks sick.
That looks sick.
That hair is sick."
Well, they were plucked like out of high school, to become a famous band. I think they like became famous when all of them were like 15 years old.
That's
So,
it, dude.
which is crazy. So like they probably like some label exec probably saw Daniel Johns, like they probably were a Nirvana
Cover band.
cover band or something, and then they're like, you know, that we could build this as Australia's Kurt Cobain. You
Yeah,
know?
they'll never know.
They don't even know who
They
it
don't
is.
have us down there.
Yeah.
They don't have Kurt.
No
Cobain.
Kurt.
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty all safely. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
a
a swagger.
swagger
That's a
jack.
swagger jack
Yeah.
for sure.
Clear
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Here's the one that I was thinking, Christian, and I think that Silverchair is something in a C.S. Lewis book, which is Christian.
Yeah, I think that's. I think it's one of the Narnia books.
I think
yeah,
so. Yeah. This next one is Pearl Jam and Creed.
That's an interesting
It's
one.
a tough one.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because there's one element that is so clearly stolen.
Yes.
And it is Scott Stapp's singing style.
Yep.
If he was any less good, it's every bar karaoke night level a guy singing Black.
Yep.
You know? Like, it's so... And I don't know if he's ever really fessed up.
Yeah, that's Scott
The
Stapp.
tongue curled up in your mouth.
Yeah, the hot pizza in your mouth.
Chin out.
Yeah.
But I don't think Creed ever really sonically got to the Pearl Jam.
No.
Like, maybe you could say on some of their ballads, there's like an attempt to capture the essence of like Black or like, I don't even know, Elderly Woman maybe.
Yeah.
But I think there's too much butt rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've always heard this like throughout the years, like, oh, Creed is just like this Pearl Jam cover band. I think we have a clear guy in the band is swaggerjacking, and he didn't tell the other guys. I think that's what we got with Creed. We got Scott Stapp swaggerjacking Eddie Vedder, and then you got Tremonti doing his own thing, making his own riffs. Because Pearl Jam is much bluesier than like I think anyone really realizes. Like,
They're like a classic rock band.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
when I started digging into older Pearl Jam records, like I didn't think there was like going to be like, you know, blues pentatonic scale type riffs
Dude,
on there.
McCready all day.
It's
That's
crazy.
who I was stealing from in my first band.
Right.
I just wanted to rip pentatonic shredding all day.
That's the stuff.
It's
That's
the
what
best.
you can do. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think Tremonti, I don't think he ever ripped off. I mean, I don't know that much Creed, honestly. I know the hits and-
we went and saw Creed,
Yeah.
and like I said, for anybody that asked me about how that show was, you don't realize how many duds Creed has
they
in
have
their
a lot of
discography.
I mean,
a punishing
yeah.
amount
It's
of
a
duds.
dud fest.
A
When
yeah.
we did that
jam.
when we did the Nickelback versus Creed episode,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Creed's way better because I like so much Creed shit.
Yeah.
And I found out that those are their only good songs.
It's their only songs.
Their only good songs are so good.
A
though.
Pearl Jam dud song is like a masterpiece compared to a Creed like B-side.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Creed has some rough songs.
They got rough songs, man.
one.
One's not that bad.
Yeah, I know. That's
one's like their
pretty
B
good.
tier,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's still pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Bread of Shame, dude.
Bread
Oh,
of Shame.
Bread of Shame is one of
crazy.
the worst songs.
Bread
I've
of
ever-
Shame has a cool riff.
Bread of Shame.
But then they got like super heavy too, and they leaned into like the post grunge thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they kind of
like
birthed post grunge.
That's
Yeah.
Bread of
like,
Shame.
like they showed up and like we have to come up with something other than grunge,
Right.
Because these guys,
These
are
guys,
here.
yeah, we got to be even heavier. Like they like Bullets, you know, a song like that.
Oh,
that is just
yeah.
like so fucking heavy. It's like a Disturbed song almost. I'm gonna go non-swaggerjack.
Same.
I think it's not enough. Like the essence is not there. I think
Me
it
too.
was there with Scott Stapp, but not the whole band.
Yeah.
I would agree. I think that the Swagger Jack is so localized
Yeah.
in one member of the band that it doesn't
Yeah.
spread to the host
Yes.
body.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. All right.
The
Moving
host
on.
body.
Next one, we got Nickelback and Hinder.
I don't know enough Hinder. I only
I know
Lips of
one
an Angel.
Hinder song.
I think I've heard a couple Hinder songs, but you could also lump like 5 other bands.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Buck Cherry.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. Here's the argument that I'll put out. Because we said that like stoner rock bands, you don't really count it as a swagger jack to Zeppelin. I mean, Black Sabbath,
Sabbath.
because Sabbath has created a genre
Yeah.
for them all to play in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think what Nickelback did was create a sound, a
Yes.
sonic, like just stew
Yeah.
of post
a
2000s
cosmic gumbo.
a cosmic
a
gumbo.
stinky porta potty.
Yeah.
100%, just of butt rock pop excellence.
Oh, one. Yes, dude.
That
This is what we.
100%.
This is good. This is good.
And they dug that pool so deep. There's enough room for all the boys to come over and
There's
swim.
a whole revolution, as you could say,
Yeah.
of bands that are like could just be described as Nickelbacky. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like they're a little bit Nickelbacky. Like it's almost like, you know, a verb now. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
tweeting, you know, where it's like it's the name of the fucking thing. I'm twittering or something like that. It's like we're a Nickelback band.
Yeah, any band whose sound fits perfectly to a song about dating a stripper.
Yeah.
It's a Nickelback.
You're
band.
Nickelback. Yeah.
3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace. Nickelback.
100%.
That's Nickelback. Buck
Puddle-
Cherry's Nickelback.
Puddle of Mud.
Puddle of Mud. That's Nirvana, but it's also Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They met the two worlds. They reached back into grunge and pulled them in.
Shine Down.
That's Nickelback.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Nickelback, you know, we if anything in this the project of this podcast is to repair the reputation of
Yeah.
Nickelback.
They're that good.
They are that
They're
good.
that good.
They
dude.
created their own genre
They did.
that all of these bands could now, you know, participate in.
They all swim in the collective blue waters of that porta potty.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the occasional turd dropping in,
Yeah.
like the Hinder.
And they take
the
it out.
Shine Down.
Yeah, and
They
they
take out-
go,
they clean
bombs
it out."
away, brother!
Yeah. They take out that turd, that one hit wonder.
They
They
admire
clean
it.
it out, and they're like,
Honey, will you come?
And that turd goes, where am I? And Chad Kroger goes, you was baptized, brother.
"Welcome to the show."
Yeah. So I'm gonna go no swagger jack.
Yeah, I think it's a swagger jacking in a sense, but it's not Hinder's
The
fault.
dude's voice from
You know?
Hinder does sound a lot like the Krog.
Well, yeah, he's forcing.
He's
the-
forcing
yeah,
that
he's taking
shit.
a shit.
In the
you know?
the concept of Lips of an Angel is
Is
like
so
the ultimate
Nickelback.
Nickelback. Like, you know, look at my girlfriend, I miss her.
Lips of an Angel is so trying to be Nickelback that the song doesn't even make sense. You know, you're just like,
Did you guys both vote?
yeah, I'm saying no swagger.
I'm
jack.
casting a meaningless vote. I am saying Hinder is swagger jacking.
Oh,
all right.
You didn't buy my argument?
No,
So
I
you
did, but
created
I
it
still
inside.
think. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
we need
trying
to have
be
one.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't
The
want to be.
contrarian, I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah.
Next one, AC/DC, and we have two, Jet and Airbourne.
Okay. I think Airbourne. Do you guys know Airbourne?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound exactly like AC/DC.
Yeah.
It's exact. It's a
It's
Bobcat Ron. exact. It's literally played it exact.
Call up the Guinness records because it's an exact.
It's exact.
We have an exact swagger
yeah,
Jet.
I think it's
Bobcat-
on the dial has went like
Bobcat is
Swagger
like
Jack.
perpetually pissed about Airbourne.
He's
getting
pissed he
there
didn't
first.
think of Airbourne first.
And
Yeah.
if you're not one of our 16 patrons, go over to Patreon and treat yourself to the
Please
Bobcat
watch the
Ron.
Bobcat Ron. That's probably our best episode of all
Yeah,
time. It's
yeah.
so insane.
So now,
Um,
over and done
I
with.
think that's
Yeah,
a,
that's a
unanimous,
swagger jack.
a
ding, ding,
complete like
guilty.
the essence of swagger jacking itself is with Airbourne. I
Yeah.
think. Jet, on the other hand, I don't know.
Jet is a bit more pop.
Their
I would
pop,
say.
you know, their most famous song, their two most famous songs. So, "Are You Gonna Be My Girl" is like kind of a like kind of the MGK swagger jacking of Lust for Life,
Yeah.
a little bit. But then you got "Cold Hard Bitch," which is just like that's AC/DC.
Yeah, dude, that's
For sure.
That's the 10th track on Back to Black.
So that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know. And I used to own "Get Born," the album that was reviewed by Pitchfork
With the piss.
yeah,
With
with
the
the
monkey
score of
pissing in his
monkey.
mouth.
Yeah,
There's a
pissing in his
deep
mouth.
cut by Jet that I actually enjoy called Sergeant Major, and it's like a ballad, like slow thing, and it's nothing like AC/DC would ever do.
Okay.
So I'm projecting that little bit, this inkling of understanding of Jet's back catalog, which is pathetic to say out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, "Roll Over DJ," I remember that song.
to say that I'm kind of leaning towards their Jet is not swagger jacking.
Yeah. I think, like, sonically, they definitely stole from AC/DC. But, like, the essence of AC/DC is so much more, like, dangerous and cool
Yeah.
than Jet. Whereas
They
Jet...
want to be that dangerous and cool.
Yeah, it feels like Jet, at least the way that they were introduced to me in the 2000s, was like they jacked the swagger of like the silhouettes on the iPod commercial.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I think they were.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they were.
I think they were. They were silhouettes in the iPod.
Yeah, exactly that.
So.
And that was like the perfect way to introduce them to me.
Yeah.
Like that's what they existed. Like they were kind of taking of like all 70s rock.
Yeah. I think that's true. I think they just leaned more heavily into AC/DC than other bands. Than they did with other bands like Iggy Pop. Like they could have done more Iggy Pop stuff. I feel like they have some songs that sound like Oasis. Almost.
Yes,
Yeah.
like Jet or Sergeant Major is very Oasis.
Yeah, Hold On, I think. Look What You've Done, I think both are like Oasis-y. So yeah, they were more of like let's just take stuff that everyone really likes with rock music.
I don't
and
think
just
they're a
put it in.
Swagger Jack.
Cold Hard Bitch for sure though. But I love Cold Hard Bitch. That's
Hell
a
yeah.
sick song.
It is a sick
Yeah.
song. So Airbourne, Dead, Jet, we'll give it to
A
them.
lot.
Yeah, we're gonna give
Yeah.
him a pass.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a pass.
All right, next one. This one hits home to,
This
to
one's
two
tough.
guys here.
Yeah.
It's tough.
The Osees and King Giz. Did King Giz and the Lizard Wiz
Yes.
Swagger Jack the Osees?
Here's the thing. For years, they did. I think, but if we're talking about the comprehensive existence of a band, right? I would say for years they did. They did the and like that whole delay guitar thing, and two drummers. That was pretty egregious.
The two drummers thing, I think, is like
That's rough.
Yeah.
However, they probably like 10 years ago have strayed not on that path. So I don't know how that impacts our voting, but for a good while, my vote would, if we're talking about a certain era, egregious, like perfect example of swagger jacking.
So you're pulling out the Goo Goo Dolls defense.
Yeah, the Goo Goo Dolls defense.
the Goo Dolls. The court case. Of
I'm pulling
Goo Goo
out
versus
the-
I would like to
Goo
bring up the presidents of Goo Goo Dolls,
Dolls.
v. Replacement.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up Goo Goo versus Replacements on this one.
What's the guy's name in Goo Goo Dolls?
Johnny Resnick or something.
Yeah.
Resnick
Resnick v.
versus
Westerberg.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up Resnick v. Westerberg here. Granted.
Yeah, but for a long while, the beginning of Giz's career until about like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, egregious swagger jacking to me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. Even though like those first couple years are egregious. Like
Yes.
like albums like 12 Bar Bruise.
I'm in your mind, Fuzz.
I'm in your mind, Fuzz, and
Yeah.
like even like the folk stuff, like with
Yeah.
Paper Mache Dream Balloon. You can kind of see it doesn't sound much like the Osees, but you can see where they got that inspiration from.
Totally.
Because the first couple Osees records are like freak folk, and they're softer, and you can kind of see where like King is like probably started writing songs like
Yeah.
that.
I think also like the release schedules.
Yeah, the release schedule for
The
sure.
vinyl shit.
The vinyl shit.
The touring shit. Yeah.
Stu was like a classic Dwyer
Doing
swag jacker.
poses.
like the guitar down below,
SG.
like that is a John Dwyer move.
Yeah.
And then the woos
Yeah.
and the delay stuff.
Yeah.
And just like the all around like stage, having the guitar up here. I think he was a Dwyer.
Guy.
He was a Dwyer baby. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He was birthed out of Dwyer. But I think they've been so creative
Yes.
and so different, and they finally found their step, especially with like, the microtonal stuff,
Yeah.
like the highly conceptual stuff. Like they've really found their calling.
The paths have parted hard.
And now that they don't have that second drummer,
Way
I
better.
feel like they can be set apart even more because they didn't even need a second drummer.
No, that guy was barely doing
The Osees actually
anything.
like have like a lead and rhythm drummer, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Like they do different
I play
stuff.
lead drums.
I'm the lead drummer.
Yeah.
So I think we're like at almost like a Black Keys level area.
Yeah.
Well, a little different because
No,
pretty much the same. Like they stole a lot,
they stole a lot.
but it was to eventually be able to go their own way.
Well,
I think
yeah.
because of the merits of that they didn't just continue down the path of swagger jacking, I'm going to vote that it is not a swagger jack.
I'm gonna vote that it's not either, but I'm also gonna cite the Resnick versus Westerberg precedent case.
I would have, to be honest,
Yeah.
if that wasn't on the books, I would have said swaggerjack because there's just
really?
so much of it.
Yeah.
that is. But if we didn't put up that parameter,
Yeah.
I think
it makes sense. To me.
I think just being fair, if calling someone swaggerjacking is inherently a diss
Yeah.
of some kind,
Yeah.
I don't want to diss Giz because they're not doing it anymore.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't.
That's where I'm coming from with
And I
that.
think that, like, we talk about it on the episode, but you're gonna be influenced by music that
Yeah.
came before you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unavoidable.
Yeah.
So everybody jacks a little swagger. It's about what you do with
It's
it.
about what
Yeah.
you do with that
Yeah.
swagger.
And then and King Giz, they made Giz Enterprises.
They
There's
did,
a lot
yeah.
of
You gotta
bald
applaud
guys
them.
with beards with no money now.
Now they're
Yeah.
just swagger
Stu's
jacking.
got it all.
And
They're-
75 variants of the same
Yeah.
album on
Now
their
they're
shelf.
just swagger jacking BTO. You know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Like,
Which
that's
honestly,
Cool.
let's go,
that's a
dude.
cool way
Yeah.
to swagger jack.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, next one: Incubus versus Hoobastank.
This is an interesting one because you put this on there, and I had never thought about that before.
Yeah.
I like Incubus a lot. I'm a closet Incubus fan.
Pardon me.
Pardon me while I bust.
In my pants,
in my
over how
pants.
sick this song
Over
is.
Incubus. I like Incubus. And I used to be a big Hoobastank fan. Saw them open for Velvet Revolver when I was in
Cool.
4th grade.
What
It
a
was
show.
Unbelievable show.
Some of us added Hoobastank to a playlist early in the existence
did,
of this
yeah.
podcast just because.
You could kind of go Drive, The Reason.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You could kind of go like Pardon Me, Running Away.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Crawling in the Dark. Nice to Know You, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot. I think the one thing that they're missing is probably like the DJ record scratches. But I feel like if I go back and listen to Hoobastank, I feel like I could probably find some because I'm pretty sure they started off as like a ska band,
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
and that's
Cool.
why their name was Hoobastank because it's like that's like a classic ska band name.
Oh yeah.
So I think if you go back and listen to enough Hoobastank, you could probably be like, "Oh, this is Incubus."
Yeah, and even like the names, Incubus, Hoobastank.
Yeah.
There's just like something about
There's
them.
something
Yeah.
there.
And
A band called Incubus Hoobastank probably existed before
Yeah.
with the two words smushed together.
Probably, yeah.
yeah, and like the guitar tones, there's like that
Oh, yeah.
delay, flangey sort of whatever.
Both use PRS.
Both use
Those
PRS.
Both use a PRS.
And like a better singer than a rock band really needs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
Has like the weird like rapping type of.
About a decade ago.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
thought I would be. Yeah. I'm not gonna go. on.
Don't do that.
Stop me.
I think we're laying it all out here that this is a pretty clear cut swagger jacking.
Yes.
I'm gonna say swagger jacking, even though I will say I don't think I know enough Hoobastank to really make that call. But
I think-
I
but
think
I'll-
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think like what I've been sold of Hoobastank
Yeah.
is Jack Swagger
It
from Incubus.
stinks.
Yeah.
Swagger jack.
Yeah.
Something
I'm fine
stinks.
giving them, Hoobastank Hive. Let us know if we're wrong. So
Yeah.
send them some choice stank cuts.
Yeah, send us the songs
Stank Hive.
that are completely original Hoobastank.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put a little stank. on
Man,
it.
some
if
stank
we
on it
could,
for you.
if we could just, I'm talking to you, YouTube algorithm. If you could just work for us for a little bit,
Yeah.
and get us to the diehard Hoobastanker that will be pissed by this.
Yeah.
There's
and
someone.
call us dumb in any way you want,
Yeah.
so that you can say, in a full seriousness from your computer, that Hoobastank is different. than
Hoobastank
Incubus.
is better than Incubus. Yeah, I want someone to
Please.
type that.
Please.
Fuck you.
out of all
Hoobastank, yeah.
out of all the legendary bands
Yeah.
we just threw shade at,
Yeah.
Hoobastank's
Hoobastank's
the
the
only
only
one
one
that
that's-
shows up.
Yeah.
The
Oh, I
stank army.
Yeah.
I
dude.
can totally see that happening.
yeah.
Just like, well, Hoobastank.
Please,
fans are
I'm
fucking
begging the algo.
Yeah.
Please serve this to a
Yeah.
Hoobastank person.
Yeah, I want to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
every week. Just getting notifications on my phone is all right. Somebody just told me to kill myself.
Now Stank Boss 84 with I Know Where You Live.
Yeah, you're fat
Yeah,
and
you're
bald.
fat. Yeah, another classic where they have to insult our
Oh.
looks and appearance because of how offended they
You're
are.
gay, fat,
Yeah.
and bald.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got me.
jeez.
Damn.
All right, we ready for the main event here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ding ding.
Really the reason why this entire video exists.
Yeah.
There's other reasons, but
Yeah.
we have to do a part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin and Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
The jacking of all jacking.
I think that, if the Smithsonian puts swaggerjacking into the National Archives, it will be this.
Yeah. That's a unknown number, the lady from Netflix.
The number does not exist.
Make it cream level of jacking.
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about? The lady who insulted her daughter.
Oh,
every
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
They're making it cream.
Yeah.
How much they're jacking.
Like, we talked about the most...
It took me a while to get
Yeah,
there.
I was like,
what
dude,
the
leave me
fuck
hanging
are
on
you
this.
talking about?
The most fundamental element that we discussed of what qualifies a jacking is the denial state.
Oh, yeah.
They are the most in denial that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's
that
crazy.
they could do that because, I think if they just didn't, they would have a little bit more support from Zeppelin fans. A little bit more, not totally.
No, dude, I think if they owned it, they would have total and complete support.
You think so?
Yeah.
Think of who most Led Zeppelin fans are. 63-year-old men who just want another ride around a 1973 parking lot listening to fucking blues licks.
Yeah.
But they could still do that, though.
When
They
I-
still put back on Zeppelin 4 and have just as good of a time.
Yes, but then they can't also have the cultural validation to see the shit I liked was
Yeah.
always the best.
They can't
Yeah.
go to their grandson and be like, I mean, you should be doing this.
This has
Still
always
great.
been good.
Yeah.
In the last 40 years, have been a mistake.
The GVF train has taken a sharp turn in the Zeppelin swaggerjacking realm because I saw when I first came across GVF, I saw the music video for their song Safari Song.
Oh, yeah. No, I did too.
Okay, and they're all dressed kind of normal. They don't have the feathery hippie shit.
Yeah.
Like they're all or like I think I remember the singer wearing like a tattered shirt, so I'm like, oh okay, they're going for like a grungy, dirty look here. And then if you go on their YouTube and you go forward a year, when the record company got hold of them, they're like, nope, son, you're putting on sandals and feather earrings, okay?
Wearing a vest
And you're
with
gonna
a
put your
dragon.
hand like this and go and
Yeah.
say mama a bunch.
I think this
this is crazy.
is like, that's
That's the smoking gun.
That's what puts it, this is Swagger Jack lane. It's like,
It breaks the
we're
meter.
almost broken.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This thing.
And I think it's like the ultimate insult when like Robert Plant himself is like, give me a fucking
come
break.
on.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
And regardless of what those dudes do, they look like little kids playing dress up.
Yeah,
They-
they
even
do.
though they're like probably my age or something.
They're definitely the age that Led Zeppelin was when they were Led Zeppelin.
They
at this
for
point.
something about them, like Zeppelin. Yeah, Zeppelin was in their
It's the
early.
plastic and the ranch dressing or whatever.
Yeah.
None of us look like men from like 1960.
Yes, that's true. The PFA, the PFAS in our water. They look like little kids playing dress up, even
Yeah.
if they grew beards or something.
And we talked about it when we talked about Jack Antonoff, who didn't make this list.
Yeah,
But-
we're going to have to
but
put that
could've-
on a number 2.
But one of the things that we talked about is like with the Bruce worship, he worships Bruce. So
Yeah.
now he gets to hang out with Bruce. Bruce co-signs it.
Bruce is on his records.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Whereas they turned their back and
Yeah.
tried to like I don't know what's the one where it's like I think it's Road Song or something.
Highway Song.
Highway
Is that-
Song. Oh, that's the one I'm talking with the video.
Yeah. That's
Oh, mama!
Yeah.
I mean that is
Dude.
like the most Zeppelin song
Right.
I've ever heard in my
Right.
entire life.
They were
Yeah.
like a physical embodiment of what, like a real life embodiment of what we were talking about on the Patreon, like the AI band
Yes.
thing. Like that is legitimately like AI music, but
The-
just they're real people making it.
It's
You know what I
really
mean?
insane when you look at their like stage setup too, because it's like front man doesn't play an instrument, just walks around and goes like this. Guitar player on the right
Oh, he's got Jimmy Page. Like
He's
he
got
does,
Jimmy
like,
He
Page.
does the
Yeah.
lean back
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Drummer on a riser, giant drums.
Yep.
Gong behind him.
Does have
Yep.
the gong, dude.
Bass player plays bass, but also keys sometimes.
Oh, dude.
What?
And he does like the lean over. You
What
know, like the little
the
shoulder.
fuck?
Yeah. It's so egregious.
insane.
Yeah. It's so egregious.
Can I tack on something really quick? There's a new sheriff in town with Zeppelin swaggerjacking.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
Have you seen this band called Jailer?
maybe?
Jayler?
Are they the TikTok band
Yes.
that like legitimately?
Do you know
just
what I'm
are-
talking about?
No.
So first of
I
all,
read
I'm
books,
gonna
homie.
put.
They're even worse than Greta Van Fleet.
So they are worse because the dude legit. I mean, it's actually I'm kind of swaying in the different direction with them. The dude is so good and sounds just.
Wow, dude.
He sounds just like Robert Plant and looks just like him. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's the band. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's insane. He's got
Isn't
the
that
same
fucking
hair.
Show me
like-
this. Show me this video. Yeah, no, I've seen these guys. Turn
I
them
think
off.
I think what I
Turn
get
them
out
off.
of it is that I admire his singing ability, and it's way less annoying than the kid going, because that's all that Josh Kiska does.
Every time we bring them up, you hit me with the
gotta
air
do
raid
that.
sign, and I get acid flashbacks
Yeah.
of
When you
taking my-
went.
of
I
taking
I
my
saw
dad to go
it
see Greta
having
Van Fleet.
And you're like,
Then I forgot I was
Braced
attached.
himself.
I can't get
do
away
that.
from it.
but that Jailer band is fucking crazy. Specifically, their Robert Plant guy.
I
But-
can't give that respect.
I'm not
in
giving
any
it
way.
respect. I just admire the guy's voice, and I think they should just take that guy, take him out of his shitty band, and put him in the sickest Zeppelin cover band. Do you know about the guy?
I mean, that is the sickest Zeppelin cover band. That's a Zeppelin cover.
Well, do you know about the Japanese guy that basically is Jimmy Page?
yeah.
No.
I've seen that guy.
He's called Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah,
and
I've
he's
seen him.
taken he's spent his entire life working towards being Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
He looks just like him.
Yeah.
And so they need to put that guy, that other dude, and
Jason Bonham,
Jason
and
Bonham.
John Paul.
And Scott Ian
yeah,
and
and fucking
and Ted Nugent and
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach.
yeah.
Damocracy.
Yeah, Democracy
Yeah.
Part 2.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But GVF is a unanimous,
Oh, yeah.
egregious
The
king of the swagger
The most
jacks.
clear-cut case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that there's ever been.
Yes.
Maybe that there's ever been. I
Maybe
mean,
not
they-
even close.
They started a cultural outrage for people that didn't even care. You know what I mean?
They solicited one of the most rage-filled Pitchfork reviews that I've read in a long time.
Exactly. And like they were even like called out by Seth Meyers on Saturday Night Live when they played on Saturday Night Live. Like he made
What
fun
did
of
he
them
say?
on Weekend Update. I can't remember what it was,
Oh,
but
that's
like
cool.
they cracked a joke. They were like guests on the show and he said something about it. Yeah. I mean, we'll probably never see anything like that again.
Or we'll continue to see it a lot more.
Yeah, there's such a swagger jacking band that it is interesting to like even think about what they're going to do in the future. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
will
I saw
they-
them in a hockey stadium.
Okay,
You know what I
but
mean?
like, what's their next record going to sound like? Are they just going to keep making Led Zeppelin records? Like, do you think they're just going to keep doing that? Like, I feel like at a certain
Rush
point,
Records.
or Rush Records. I feel like at a certain point they have to have the realization of like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, what if in 10 years they go Johnny Resnick and we're
Exactly,
on here
that's what I'm saying.
eating a big old pile of crow
Yeah.
and being like,
Yeah.
you know what? The new Greta Van Fleet still sucks,
Yes.
but it don't
But it's
sound
not
like Zeppelin.
Like, I feel like that day could come. And
Yeah.
like, it's going to be an interesting day.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think there's a clear cut swagger jacket.
Yeah.
Easy.
Just as we were doing this, I felt like I thought of like 10 more bands.
Well,
like,
if this
We'll
does
do
well,
another
we'll do
one.
part two.
like Royal Blood, Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Don't blow them.
I won't
Don't
blow
blow 'em. Don't
I won't
blow
blow 'em. Death Row Above 1979. Anyway, let us know who we missed. Let us know who you disagree with. If we've made any generalizations or we kind of missed the mark on some of these swagger jackers. Are some of these bands definite swagger jackers? Because we didn't really say many of them were swagger
Yeah, I
jackers.
think we got like two.
I
We
think
only got like two.
three.
I thought it was like more of a close to 50-50 split.
No.
Airbourne,
I think-
Silverchair, Greta Van Fleet.
I think we had more of
Yeah.
these like little parameters that we had to follow.
Okay.
from the page.
All right. Yeah. The
The Resnick Westerberg
that
precedent.
saved
yeah.
a lot of ass.
Yeah, saved a lot of ass. So let us know what you thought in the comments. Let us know more bands that you think we should check out that are definite swagger jackers. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Subscribe to our Patreon page. $5 a month to become a quitter. You get bonus content. Get the shirt down in the description. And yeah, the first part of this episode is on Patreon, so go check that out to get all of the little nuances, the accoutrement,
the detailed discussion,
the detailed discussion of how this came to be. That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
So I quit my band. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.